So Chris, welcome from the Solitude revival here. Let me show you some cool cars of Porsche. I'm working for the Porsche Museum in Zuffenhausen. I'm doing tours in the factory in the museum, and now we have the opportunity. I want to show you here first our 2.7 RS Carrera. So that's an amazing car. We will have a special exhibition in September because we have 50 years anniversary. So it was the first Carrera RS and the first with a spoiler, front spoiler and a rear spoiler. And this is the light version, one of 200 cars made. So altogether we built more than 1,500 2.7 RS, but this is a light version. And it was the first one with a ducktail spoiler here, as you can see, and the fastest street legal car in 1973, the fastest German street legal. And you have to know, so it was important every gram that we get such an incredible weight, less than 1,000 kilograms and a power of 210 horsepower. So take a look, normally the 911 has 5 round instruments. This one only has 4, the 5th one, the clock was too heavy, you know. And let me show you. So what's very important is you can see Carrera is written here, and the Fuchs rims here colored. And I told you something about the ducktail, but as well as the ducktail we have here in front, a special front spoiler here, as you can see. And yeah, we are very happy that we will have the 50 years anniversary we will have a special exhibition in our museum in September. So I showed you the first RS, Carrera RS 2.7. So RS means race sport. And this here is the first GT3 RS generation 996. So now we have the current generation 992, but this was the first one here, the GT3 RS of the generation 996. So as you can see, the yellow caliper means carbon ceramic brake at Porsche, and with the 996 we launched it the first time here, and it's good to see here and here the rim in blue and the yellow means all the time carbon ceramic brake of Porsche. We're still waiting until the 804 and the 718 RS will arrive here, and this will be a good moment to hear on the one hand the engines, and on the other hand to see the race drivers, for example Timo Bernhard, who drove the record lap with the 919 Evo on the Nürburgring Nordschleife. So let's wait a few minutes till will arrive these two amazing race cars. He was my colleague, Santos, from Brazil, and yeah, he drives this wonderful 356 from Brazil. So he can tell you a cool story about this car, and you take part here on the Solitude revival here. Tell us something, Santos.
Yes, we were colleagues in the Porsche Museum, and there, working with this beautiful guy here, I got to meet Mauricio Marx, which is actually the owner of this car, that has a beautiful history. He received this car from his dad, and he started to work with his dad on this car, and 1 year later his father died, unfortunately, but he kept this car as a good memories from his dad, and he always had this dream with his dad to come to Europe to do events. And then we met like this because I helped him to bring the car here, to bring to the Solitude, and Porsche and Solitude have everything together.
Yeah, that's really cool.
We're here these few days, and I also was fortunate to be able to drive the car because my colleague was going with Walter. So yeah, we just want to say thank you Porsche Museum, thank you Porsche, and it's a beautiful car, a beautiful history.
And a beautiful flag.
Yes, exactly. So 70 years later, back to Germany. So we're celebrating, yes, 70th birthday once again here in Stuttgart. And yes, it's a dream come true, you know, 70 years later, once again in this home.
And take a look, Chris, that's very important too. So you can see here the emblem of Reuter body shop. So what you have to know is that the first Porsche 356 sports cars were built in Austria. The reason was World War II. But when Porsche went back to Zuffenhausen, Reuter body shop made on the one hand the bodies for the sports cars, and on the other hand they made the interior. And that's the reason why they specialized later the job to make seats. Porsche bought the body shop, and this company today, the name is Recaro. So the seats, they specialized the job to make seats, but at the beginning it was the name Reuter Body Shop.
So this car has a lot of history, and Mauricio took care of the whole history. He looked from the first owner, from the delivery, from Zuffenhausen to Brazil, and here, when he took all the paints of the car, he could look how many colors this car had, because this car was used as a race car in Brazil, so different colors for different sponsors. And here you can see a lot of the history of the car. He left there, so yeah, it belongs to this car history. So yeah. Yeah, I hope you can see it, some pictures of the car. For example, 57 in Brazil, this car was raced at the Interlagos circuit. There's another picture here during the race. So yeah, we were able even to find a driver, which is extremely old, of course, nowadays. The car received at that time a more powerful engine, which is still in. And yes, it's a pleasure to be able to bring the car here to the Solitude revival.
Yeah, that's so cool.
And to be able to drive here
that's so cool.
with Timo Benhard close to me.
And now take a look, the 804 and the 718 Formula 1 and Formula 2 cars are here. So exactly with this car we took part on the Formula 1 here, and that's so amazing to hear the sound. I think you can hear me now. Was hard now with the sound of the engine, but you can see now here back on the one hand the 718 Formula 2 car, and on the other hand the 804 Formula 1. So here in this car we use the 8-cylinder boxer engine, and in the 718 Formula 2 the 4-cylinder boxer engine here. And yeah, I told you again, so that is really amazing that we took part here in homage to the Formula 1 race here on this racetrack here with this car, and driven by Timo Benhard. I would say that's really so cool. So Chris, it was very nice to meet you here. Hope to see you again in the museum. So I hope to do a tour with you together in the Porsche Museum. So yeah, enjoy everything and all the best for you, Chris. See you. Goodbye.